Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I'm at the thrift store on a Monday. That's not the best day to come here because they changed the color tags and people just come in and, they want to grab their things that they like first. So it's busy and it was pouring rain when I got here. I mean, pouring so hard that I was probably doing 30 on the highway and my windshield wipers, I felt like they were going to fly off. And I thought, well, when I get to the thrift store, I can just do this little recording and then go in and come out really quick and tell you if I got anything. But by the time I parked, it was not raining as hard. So I ran in. I could not get a shopping cart because they were all being used. And the line at the register was a mile long. But I walked around and I found one shirt. I tried on 4. And 3 of them I would have loved had they fit. But I don't want to start stocking up with too many things that don't fit me. And one of them was so skin tight. But it was all black and it had a zipper here. And I would have liked it. But again, there'll be more stuff as I lose a little bit more. So I didn't. And I did take one thing home, but it's not for summer unless it's a cold summer night or I'm going somewhere that I know cranks the AC. But Skylar doesn't have any things in the summer like choir or the plays that she's a stagehand for because she's not in school now, so they're out. But I like this very much, and it was under $1.50. Do I have my receipt? Let me look. I think it was. Yep, it was $1.46 because it was half price, even at full price, $2.92. And I like brown. Brown is the new black for me, and it's got a button-up neck, and it's it's a nice color brown, and it fits me perfectly. And I thought, feels a little bit like cotton. But it's better even. It's rayon. I love rayon. It's 33% rayon and the rest is polyester. So I will show this to you when I get home. The only thing is there's one little tiny pull that I see, but I'm just going to pass that thread through to the back and tie a knot and I'll be golden. So it's loose enough. I could wear it now, like I said, if I wanted to be sweating hot. I know I would be hot in that shirt. Okay, I have like so many different things that I want to talk about, but I can't do them all in this video. I will have this video today because I just left the thrift store and I want to do that. I want to work on 2 videos. I think maybe first, just to get it done, is part 3 of my quilt block of the month. I have to do the big stitch quilting. Maybe I can do that today, and then tomorrow I could sew, connect it to the end of the row that it belongs in, and then connect the 2 rows together. Or maybe I can do that, connecting the 2 rows the next time, since I'll be starting just the beginning of a row and I won't have anything to connect that to. All right, that might be a good idea. The other thing, I have to come up with a crochet join for the crochet block of the month series, and I keep saying that and I haven't done it yet because I have so many ideas, but then I was like, oh, I would like something a little bit better, but I can't spend time just trying things over and over again. I just have to pick a stitch and go with it. So there's that. Another thing that I would love to elaborate on more, but for now I'm just going to say that I actually went to an AA meeting alone last night, something I thought I'd never do. When Joe and I split, I thought, well, there's the end of my AA adventure. And I did like the potlucks and things like that. It was just, another way for me to be social, not at a bar. And, I enjoy the stories, that I have issues with them being too godly, some of the groups, but some of the groups are not. And I've been to a lot of different groups, and yesterday I was having a horrible, horrible day. I was just as low as I remember in a long time. And I was like, how do I get myself out of this? And then it hit me that I could go to an AA meeting. And I haven't been in like a couple of months because I, stopped going. And then when Joe left, of course I didn't go. And the thought of going alone made me sick to my stomach. But I thought, I do at least know how they work. And I've been to all different ones. And some of them you don't have to say, hi, I'm Darlene, I'm an alcoholic. They don't go around the room. And so I said, I can start by just looking up a meeting for a Sunday night. And I did. And one of the groups that I liked had a meeting. And I thought, okay, I can go. I don't have to go in. I'll just take that step, the next step of going. I was like, but do I want to waste gas and all that? And I thought, I hadn't even gotten dressed yesterday. That's how bad off I was because I didn't get dressed. I did go in the pool, though, that morning with Skylar. That was so nice. I stayed in the pool for an hour and 45 minutes, so I got a little bit of color in my face today. But then I never got dressed after that, and I was just so down and out. So I forced myself to get dressed. I didn't feel like going to that meeting, and then I drove to the meeting, and then it's very hot. I was early, 30 minutes early, and I thought, okay, I'll just play some games on my phone and wait. And then when there was like 15 minutes left, there was some people standing outside. They hadn't gone in yet. I think they might have been smoking or something. And I decided I'm just going to go in because I'll already be sitting. And what I like about this room, for the first time I go alone, is that it's like you're in a classroom. So everybody's just sitting and facing forward. So I sat pretty much as close to the back as I could. And I thought, this way I don't have to walk in and, be standing up, and walking in front of a bunch of people. Because I really am antisocial. I know you guys don't think that because I go out dancing and I even dance alone. Now, it's all different when I'm out. The music just fucks my head up and makes me feel like I can do anything. So it's the dopamine. So people started coming in, and I might have recognized, I don't know, a little bit. I've only been there twice, but, it's a younger crowd, too. I don't know. I was happy that I was sitting there, and then they go around after they, give their topic of the night, and you can talk or you can pass, and by the time it got to me, I had a couple of ideas from hearing other people, listening to what they were saying. So I actually spoke a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. I didn't just say, hi, I'm Darlene, I'm an alcoholic, and I'm just going to pass, happy to be here. That's what people usually say. I actually said a few things. And I was so fucking proud of myself that I accomplished all that. And then when it was done, I was comfortable with the circle of hands. Some don't do that, but they do, and I expected it, and I was okay. They said a prayer. I didn't even know that prayer, so it couldn't have been something Catholic said, because I know all those prayers. Never heard that prayer before. And I went to the bathroom, and then I went home. And I felt so good because some of the people who shared their experiences. And, I'm going to say, in case you don't realize, that AA is not just about quitting drinking. It's how to behave and how to live your life after quitting drinking, too. Because, in case you don't know, but I've said it a lot of times, but not everybody's heard it, I quit drinking 4 years ago. No, I quit drinking 24 years ago. And I did go to AA with my husband, who was being forced to go by his work. And I don't know if we went to maybe 3 or 4 meetings. I hated it. I wanted to leave there and drink, even though I didn't. I did not like it. I was so freshly sober that I did not want to hear about drinking and things like that. So when I quit, I ended up becoming a hermit. I did not go out. I didn't think I could. I was married to my now dead husband, who died of alcoholism, because he never could quit and I could. So I'm still alive. I really didn't think about going out. I didn't think I could. I didn't think it was wise for me to do that. I don't know. So, you guys know, I just became a recluse, took care of my mother, gained a shitload of weight, which I was gaining before I even quit. It's just, it was all a hot mess for a very long time. And I always hung on to the fact that I quit drinking. So I thought I had done the absolute best that I could, and that my life was just going to suck in other ways. But I accomplished the big important thing, right? I had quit drinking. But then when I started going out, when I moved here, and I started going out about a year and a half ago, going out, meeting people. I mean, it was just like, what has happened? It's like I got picked up out of this mess and thrown into something that most people don't go through, being introduced to all the people in the bands and meeting everybody who's there. My son knew everybody, and dancing all the time, going out multiple times per week, dancing even alone to the point of that, and then starting to meet men, and then going to AA. Just there was so much going on, and I and then splitting with Joe, and it was like, oh my God, I just felt like, how is it that I can't succeed at that? And it dawned on me, it's because I am still making the same decisions I would have made as a drunk, right? Because I never went out sober. I wasn't going out when I was sober. So I went from a drunk darling going out to all of a sudden, years later, a sober darling going out. And when I associate going out and dancing and music, I didn't associate it with drinking anymore because I have a lot of years under my belt. So that didn't bother me. But it's like I still have the drunk way of thinking what I need to be looking for, right? And then I was highly disappointed when, some friendships were falling apart and different things. And then I was like, yeah, it's because I thought that people would change drastically when they were in their 60s. I was in my 60s, and I was like, how come everybody's still acting like they're in junior fucking high? And that's exactly how it is sometimes, right? I guess, but I didn't know that. So I really started feeling sorry for myself a lot. And, then I stopped going out as much, and now all of a sudden I really feel like I need to throw myself into going out, but it doesn't always feel good to go out. It's a lot of work, and if I go out and there's nobody to dance with, I don't have friends there, it almost makes me feel worse than better. So, yesterday everything was falling down on me, and I was just like, I have to fucking do something. I don't want to become a hermit again, but that's what I felt like. I felt like I need to just push everything that I've done for the past year and a half away from me and just go back to being safe in my apartment, safe inside four walls, and fuck that world out there that I don't know how to belong to, And then it hit me that I could go to an AA meeting. Now, I like Al-Anon too, but the Al-Anon group that I was in, everybody knew Joe, so they knew I was with him. So I was, I felt like it was all gossip, and I didn't like talking about my feelings about things to a bunch of women who knew how I was talking about. So I can't go back to certain meetings just because I don't want people to associate me with Joe. Now, I did go twice to that other meeting, but only twice, and it wasn't like Joe's friends and things like that. So I felt comfortable with that. And so I'm going to try to find an Al-Anon meeting because I can talk about more than just drinking there, relationships and things like that, friendships, family. It's a little bit more of a discussion group or gossip. It can be all gossip. I'll find a good one. But I think I want to stick with AA too. So I went last night, and they have meetings Sunday night, Tuesday night, Friday night. Now, Friday night is out, but if I am not going out and I feel like I need a pick-me-up, I'm definitely going to go to that group. And I will go tomorrow night because I want to just really get a feel for where I belong. and I am going to try to go to one tonight. I know there is one, and when I say try, I really want to go, so hopefully I will go. And that's a different place that I've been to, and I don't really remember if I liked it there that much or not, but I'm comfortable enough to know how the meetings work and that they don't all work the same, and so I'm going to get myself through the door tonight, I hope, and then I'll just have a lineup of places that I know I want to go or the places that I don't want to go to again. Okay, so I was really, really proud of myself that I did something like that. And it felt so different. It felt like it was just for me this time because I wasn't sitting with Joe, you know? And I am going to be more comfortable saying things that I might want to say now because he's not sitting right there. And if he ever pops into one of those, I don't think he will. I will just sit there. I will just sit there and then just leave at the end. All right, I got to go home and try this shirt on for you. There is more that I want to talk about with that. Maybe I could just finish. Maybe I could just finish now. I came up with something that I thought was pretty fucking clever. And let me look, because I texted it to someone. And it's going to describe how it feels to be somebody who's sober and not really sure what to do with the sobriety. Well, one thing that I know I said, which I don't see here, is that I no longer have a drinking problem. I have a sobriety problem. And that's the exact truth, because I never worked through my other issues because I thought I conquered my issue, that I was no longer drinking. But it was going to AA with Joe at the beginning that made me start to realize, you mean I can do more healing? My life doesn't have to be just shit. And yeah, and then I did have a couple of issues with a couple of the meetings that were so against what I believed. You know, things like telling people you'll never make it, you will relapse all the time if you don't believe in God and you don't do this. And I don't like that message. Most AA meetings, I don't think, are that strong on that because I did it without that. I don't have to believe in a higher power. So, you know, I just think that that scares a lot of people away from it. And they're going to be told, oh my God, if I don't do this or that, I'm never going to succeed. So why bother fucking trying, right? And I think I like going to meetings where there are people who are freshly sober because I can be an example to them as to, yes, I know where you are right now and it does get better. And then I could say, and you don't have to wait 22 something years before you go out and start doing, you know, your old life again. You can do that sooner than that, and just know that you're going to have to, you know, relearn some things. You're going to have to learn how to be in public without being drunk, okay? So this is one thing that I said last night. I always thought sobriety was my greatest accomplishment, but now I realize it was just the door to freedom and happiness, but I never stepped through the door because I was afraid of what was out there. To me, it was going to be all of the same shit, but I couldn't enjoy it because I would not be drunk. So why go? Why go out into a shitty-ass world sober? So I just, you know, looked out that door and said, oh yeah, you know, there's life out there, but I don't want to be part of that. So I stayed taking care of my mother. And now I know that's one of the reasons too, that I stayed with her because I didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to go do anything else that might be scary, that I might be heartbroken or, you know, and have to deal with that without alcohol. So anyway, I hope that helped somebody. I hope somebody who is struggling with drinking, because it took me, the last 10 years of my drinking, all I wanted to do was quit or die, and I couldn't quit, and I didn't die. So when I finally quit, I was like, okay, this is it. But it doesn't have to be it. You can go through that door. Maybe not right away. You know, leave the screen door shut. Just open the big door and just look out there and see what's going on. Get a feel for it. And I don't suggest you go hang out at bars at the beginning of your sobriety. I mean, you know, I don't know how long you'd have to wait. Everybody's different. Derek, Derek was good with going out not drinking. Derek quit drinking while he was a musician. He had to still be on stage and be around all the drunk people and all the booze and just turn down any drinks that somebody brought to him while he was on stage. He did fine, so, you know, you can do it. But now that I have an awareness as to what is going on, I have to remember now, I need to start making decisions like a sober person, not like a drunk person. I have the right to make better choices and try not to be so afraid of those better choices. Like, I'm never going to have this, feeling like I need to settle because I'm afraid I won't ever really get what I want. And do remember, narcissistic mother who raised me fully believing since the moment I have memories that no one would ever love me, and anybody who acted like they were my friend was just using me. So that's what I went through. And I was like, okay, and I think I give up and just settle because I'm afraid that what my mother said is true. So I want to start feeling more worthy. And I think that a year and a half of going out, I think I'm doing pretty damn good at starting to figure all this out, that I'm worth more, and I don't have to force myself to go out. And when I stopped going out as much, everybody's like, yeah, you're letting him stop you. And then it was like, no, I think I do have. But then I was like, yeah, am I doing that? And I was like, no, I kind of, was the whole point. I wanted to meet somebody so I didn't have to go out as much. And then it's like, okay, now I'm alone. I have to go out. I'm so afraid of missing out. What is it? FOMO. Fear of missing out. And I don't want that now. If I don't feel like going out, I don't want to force myself. I want to sit home and crochet or do something for myself, not for a video or whatever. And so I'm a little bit excited and still sad. I'm still very sad about a lot of things, but I'm a little bit excited. Okay. I am so sorry this is so long, but let's get home and I'll show you this really quick. I'm home. I called this shirt brown, but after editing the video, I don't see that this is brown. I don't know, it's more like a salmon color. I just know I like it. The brand is Sonoma Goods for Life, and it was made in Vietnam, and it's an extra, extra large. No wonder it fits me loose. 62% polyester, 33% rayon. Love that. 5% spandex. The buttons are real. I can unbutton and button if I want. Let me try it on. I just like the way it fits. It's plenty loose, and even the sleeves, everything is very comfortable. And since it's not just 100% polyester, I can wear this even in the summer, especially like I said, if I'm going someplace that's air conditioned. I mean, when I would go to Skylar's Plays and stuff, it would be freezing in there. But I don't have any of those things to go to. But I definitely will be wearing this even this fall, even if it's like even much bigger than this on me. It's a nice comfy shirt. I'll show you the back. Oh, and it's got the little side slits here. It's a little bit longer in the back. I really like it. For what did I say? $1.46. I think I'll consider this one a win. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I think that this is how it's going to go when I go to the thrift store. It gives me something to do. It gets me out of the apartment. I can try to buy a shirt, do a car vlog, which I'm going to be calling thrift store vlogs, and then show you the shirt. So we're going to be able to accomplish a lot of things in one video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye.